it. I'll personalize it. You can take some pictures. It's a fun thing. People come out, we meet, and we talk for a few minutes. We'll try to sign as many as we can, and that is certainly something to keep in mind for the amount of money that we can make. I spend a lot of time talking to people, and there's a good side and a bad side of that. I guess the good side is that I get to meet a lot of you guys, and we can talk. The bad side is that the longer I take with individual people, the fewer people we sell CDs to. I guess the fewer people get them autographed. Maybe that's it. Because we do sell them before you come up to the table and you can get them signed. Although I did hear, as I mentioned on the air the other night, that some people, because they didn't get their CD signed, they wanted their money back. And I really hope that we can come to I hope we can all get along and come to an understanding, that you try to get your money back on a CD and you're in big trouble. So anyway, come on out tomorrow, noon, Sit and Sleep, Mattress Superstore in Tarzana. When we go on the network after, a little bit after 5 after 7, so in other words, we're national, and I talk about going to a Mattress Superstore, people listening to me like in Philly or Atlanta, they're going, this guy's big time. It's like when I opened up a Krispy Kreme down in Miami once. Hey, good going, Phil. You got that 8 o'clock personal appearance on a Saturday morning at Krispy freaking Kreme. Anyway, the great people at Sit and Sleep are just that, and we've been at their stores before, and they're always very hospitable. So please join us tomorrow at noon. We'll be there for 3 hours, and that's on Ventura Boulevard, just south of the 101 between Tampa and Reseda. Communism is neat. I have an update for you as to how much money we've made so far on our CD. $61,000 and something like $61,404.50. And the reason why a $20 CD, add them all up, and it comes to $61,404, is they're figuring in the shipping and handling on some of the orders there. They have to eliminate that because obviously my friend's place doesn't get that. So that's a rough estimate, $61,000, if it sounds like a rough figure to use, $61,404 for those great guys. We really appreciate your help. Thank you. God bless you, and good night. So let's see. Later on this evening, we're going to talk with Rudy Canosa. I have something that I want to speak to you in detail about. I'll do it after we get on the network in about a minute or so. Bill Kiesling is here, our webmaster. He is the guy that administers our website, philhendryshow.com, which is, by the way, where you can also purchase our CD. And if you go to our website and you take a look at it, you might say, boy, does that look like crap. Well, let me tell you, I'm joking, Bill. Are we changing it? Yeah. What's the problem with the website? The server, right?
Yeah, the server needs to be changed.
And is that fresh ground?
No, it'll be. We have the server now. Now it's all up to me. Now it's my.
Well, okay, we have a server that you can work with now, and so you are going to begin the redesign of our website. And any delays we can blame on Bill. And he is the guy that many of you who may correspond to us via our website, he's the guy that answers a lot of that email. So if you get sarcastic, kind of wise-ass responses and you're thinking, Jesus, it's not me, it's him. No, you generally do a good job there, Bill. I guess, I don't know, I've never written to you via the website. I think I'm going to disguise myself one day, send a little email, and just kind of hint around at the fact that I think Phil Hendrie's show sucks, and see what kind of a response I get. Just hit around the fact that I think you're an asshole and Phil's show sucks, and see what kind of a response you give me. Anyway, Bill had designed a website, an unofficial fan page for a few years called shuckandjive.com. The work was so outstanding that he now has taken over our official website. Phil Hendrie.
Phil Hendrie 先生一齊飛行。
Good evening. 1-800-449-8686, Phil Hendrie Show. I'm feeling pretty good tonight, although I'm working under a little bit of a handicap. Please bear with me as I try to explain some things to you. The night before last, was it the night before last? I know it was Tuesday night that I had stopped off after work at a psychic who works up the street from our studios here in Koreatown, downtown Los Angeles. And I stopped off at the psychic's house because I wanted to find out about my life, because I was feeling unsure And perhaps I visit psychics the way most people do. Feeling unsure, I'm curious. My life could be better. I don't know. You recall me speaking of that. If you do not recall me speaking of that, what happened, I went in. There was an Asian woman there. She told me what they offered: tarot card reading, phrenology, fortune telling, medium, channeling, etc. I paid for a tarot card reading, and I paid for a tarot card reading, which is the reading of the cards, and I paid for a general fortune telling, utilizing crystals. You think I'm nuts? You think I'm crazy? Okay, fine, great. I took all of the abuse that I guess I needed to take on it the other night, but I did it. I stopped my car off. I went in there. I was told that night, forgive me, that I had less than a year to live. Oh, man. I came on the air that following evening. I told you fine folks about that, and I was told, don't believe it. She's a psychic. She's a confidence woman. It's a canard. Don't believe it. And I felt a little bit empowered. So I went back last night. I walked in and I confronted the woman. And you'll notice I'm not mentioning her name because I do not choose to give her publicity. I walked in. I said, I believe you're a phony. You can get any of the information that you told me by way of my wallet. She proceeded last evening to continue to tell me where I lived, because she said to me, Mr. Hendrie, if you don't believe me, there are things about you that I can tell you that are not in your wallet. I said, okay, where did I go to high school? She said, you went to 2 high schools. See, I thought I could trip her up by saying, what high school did I go to? She said, you went to 2 high schools. You went to Arcadia High School. You went to LaSalle High School. I said, okay. What city does my father live in? She said, your father died in October of 1987. I said, where was I born? She said, Pasadena, California. You were raised in Arcadia, California. I left. I was depressed, and I remain depressed today. I'm telling you, Mike, and I told you this before we went on the air, the woman knows stuff about me that no one could possibly know who doesn't know me. She doesn't know me. I don't know the woman. How could she possibly know where I went to high school? 2 high schools. This is not in my wallet. She knew the month and the day my father passed on, October 30th, 1987. By the way, I asked her, what is my father's full name? My dad has Herbert Lionel Hendrie. That was your dad's full. She was right. I'm scared. I'm worried. Because this woman, I believe, is a bona fide psychic. I don't know what it is. I don't know where she gets her power. I do believe she has some vision. She has some clarity of thought and vision into the internal workings of the mind, the soul. The other night, I was willing to believe that maybe there was some kind of a flim-flam. Tonight, forget it. You can't know these things about somebody. She knew these things about me. I've never been a guy who relied heavily on psychics. I looked at the Dionne Warwick hotlines. I laughed like most people, but I've always been curious about it. And I've always believed if there are so many of them and there is so much talk of it, part of it has to be true. But I was willing to believe that this woman is probably running some kind of a scam. She knew stuff about me that she couldn't know. She doesn't know me. where I was born. She knew the hospital I was born in. She told me the hospital. St. Luke's Hospital, Pasadena, California. So I sit before you this evening, ladies and gentlemen, a frightened man. Pardon the theatrics, but I'm frightened. Because she has predicted that I will die sometime this year. Now, I've got to move on with my life. I've got a show to do, and I have to keep my nose to the grindstone, as they say, and stay focused. But I had to bring this to the air because I believe in bringing my life to the radio. I think that it is a relatable thing. But I am scared. We need a break? All right, we're going to break. Try and get her on the phone, too, Mike. I gave you the number. 1-800-449-8686. Those of you the other night who said, Phil, this stuff isn't for real. Oh, yeah? Then how does she know all this stuff about me? I do not know the woman, never met her before in my life. 1-800-449-8686, The Phil Hendrie Show. Phil Hendrie Show here, 1-800-449-8686, 1-800-44... Would you not play that music, please, Bud? No, you don't have to play that. Okay. Turn it off, please.
Barry is a psychic.
I know, but I understand that, but I'm not... We're not doing shtick, okay?
I'm sorry.
Oh boy, I'm on the air tonight because I'm scared. I'm scared. I went to a psychic the other night. She knows a lot about my life. She's up the street from the radio station. That's all I can tell you. She knew a lot about my life. She knew my name. She knew the names of all four of the kids. She knew the fact that my father had died in October of 1987. She knew what city I was born in. She knew what city I was raised in. She knew the names of the 2 high schools that I went to. She knew... And the only way that I can deal with this is by talking about it honestly on the air. The only way I can deal with this is by talking about it honestly on the air. The reason why I'm upset, has predicted that I will die in the next 12 months. And I'm trying to do the best I can. I'm trying to work through it. 1-800-449-8686. I do appreciate a lot of people are calling tonight. I don't know what we can talk about. We'll get a phone call on the air here. But just know that you're dealing with a man who is... I have fear. I'm afraid. When someone tells you you're going to die and they know all this stuff about you, you have to believe they're psychic. Forgive me. 1-800-449-8686. Let's go to Temple City on the Phil Hendrie Show. Good evening.
Yeah, Phil, how you doing tonight? It's kind of a stupid question, isn't it?
Well, I'm...
Well, the reason why I called, Phil, is I do listen to your program, and I wanted to call in about what you're talking about tonight, about whether that woman's psychic or not. And I think I got to alert you to a couple of things, if that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we're here, all right?
I think really, in a lot of ways, you're being, and I'm sorry I talked to the screener, if I could just go ahead and say it, I think you're way over into being a dumbass, and you're getting more dumbass as you talk. And
I'm sorry, sir?
I mean, I don't mean to offend you or anything.
You've called me a dumbass, I suppose, and you can, again, if you don't believe in psychics, that's fine. If you want to...
No, it's not. I don't believe in psychics, okay? I think you're being very dumbass, and what I want to say, okay, is I'll give you...
Look, if you want to call the show and offend me and offend my listeners with a lot of pejoratives, that's one thing. You need to back up what you're saying, all right? If you don't believe in psychics...
I'm not saying I don't believe in psychics. I'm saying that you got to think about it. You just have to think about it. Think about it.
Think about what, sir? This woman has told me I'm going to die in a year. She knows everything about my family.
Please, 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 before you go into the dumbass, think about it. Please.
Okay, that's it. Thank you for your call. I've been called dumbass by a lot of people. I do not need to go through that abuse. 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8. I don't want to talk to anybody. Why should I take the guy's call? I'm talking to my producer, Mike Schaefer. My producer wants me to put you back on the air.
Please, Mr. Henry, I'm sorry. I do not mean to call you no name or nothing like that. Please think about it.
Think about what?
Why she knows about all this stuff. You said she knows about the names of your 4 kids, right?
Yes, she knew the names of my 4 kids. She knows my wife's name. She knows the day that my father died.
You mean October 30th, 1987?
Well, yeah, because I just mentioned it, yes.
Okay, all right, here's something you didn't mention. Your wife's name is Maria.
My wife's name is Maria. How did you know that?
Hello?
Because I've mentioned it on the air.
See, I'm saying, man, I didn't want you to be no dumbass.
So what are you telling me?
What I'm 3 guesses, man. Here, I'll give you another one, man. Your 4 kids, Alex, Nicholas, Catherine, and Christopher.
And you're not psychic?
No, man, I'm not psychic.
So in other words, what you're saying is I've mentioned this stuff on the air.
Survey says, bingo. The bitch listens to your show, man. The bitch has been listening to your show since you come on the air. Did you give her your name?
I wrote her a check.
You wrote her a check, man. You wrote her a check with your name on it, right?
Look, if the guy...
No, man. Now, it's my turn now. You wrote the bitch a check, right?
Yes, I did.
To have your name on it, man?
Yeah.
Bingo! Survey says, dumbass. The chick listens to your show. All the stuff, what the chick knew about you, is you've been on the air talking about it? God damn, man. Are you putting me on, man? In other words...
Okay, all right.
No, really, man. In other words, you thought this chick was psychic? The bitch knew all the stuff about your show because you talk about it, man. I know what schools you went to. I know when your old man died, and I know the names of your 4 kids. Feel stupid? Mr. Henry?
Yeah?
You feel stupid? Guess so, huh?
How did she...
No, man. There's no how did she, man. She listens to your show. The bitch saw your name on the check, knew who you were, and started telling you stuff, man. And I mean, it's almost like she was daring you not to be a dumbass. She should have been called... The bitch should have put a sign up and said, hey, Phil Hendrie, come on in here and let's see if you can just leap the hurdle of dumbass. Feel stupid now?
I guess I do.
You guess you do, man. You guess you do. All right, that's all I had to say. That's all I had to say, man.
All right, thanks for calling.
Right.
Well, okay, what do we got? Yeah, hi, Harvey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, but I heard that other guy beat me to a punch, you stupid son of a bitch. She listens to your show. That's why she knew everything about it, okay? And I would concur with what the kid said also. She was almost daring you. she was almost daring you not to be a complete and utter moron, and you failed, didn't you, Phil?
Yeah?
You failed, didn't you?
When you're sitting in a room and a woman has a crystal ball and she's telling you the name of your kids and your wife, and she's telling you the name of your dead father and when he died.
You want to believe it's because the spooks are speaking to her. Is that it? She got a lot of spooks flying around there, and they're talking to her. Is that it? You see, Phil, what happened was your ego got in the way. You thought you were so important and special that she was looking into your life and telling you a bunch of crap, when in point of fact, all that bull crap that you were talking about, you talk about on your show. Anybody that listens to your rotten show would know it, wouldn't they? God.
It never occurred to me.
Never occurred to you. I feel sorry for you. I really do.
Look, Harvey.
You went on the air, and then you blubbered like a baby.
I got to take a break.
Yeah, I hope. You got to go get some Kleenex? You're going to go cry?
Hold on. Phil Hendrie Show at 1-800-449-8686.
Bonjour et merci de voler des mains rien de Phil Hendrie. Nous compterons d'une altitude de 30 000 pieds.
Phil Hendrie Show at 1-800-449-8686. I'm a little bit embarrassed by the fact that I thought that the woman, the psychic that I went to the other night, who I thought was indeed a psychic and who was telling me things about my life, and she also said that I was going to die this year. Turns out that she was probably listening to my show. All the information she got from me is... Harvey Wireman's on the line. Harvey?
Yeah.
Forgive me.
Well, you embarrass yourself. You know, you started crying like a GD baby, and you're all, I'm very scared. And
please understand that I thought that she was a real psychic.
You thought she was a real psychic? The broad listens to your radio show, for God's sake. What's wrong with you?
Anyway.
Anyway. Why don't you go, get some Kleenex and blow your nose? You made an ass out of yourself, Phil, and it makes it difficult for me to be in business with you. I walk into a courtroom someday because you're a dumbass. I'm your lawyer, right?
Yes.
What's it make me look like? Yes, Your Honor. Here's the sniveling jackass who thought the woman was psychic. Turns out she listens to his show. I like you, Phil, but boy, you are stupid sometimes. Some nights I listen to you and I think you're a dumbass. Then other nights I listen to you, I think, well, you're not too much of a dumbass. But tonight you are full, 100%, full throttle dumbass.
You done?
Oh, am I hurting your feelings?
No, I just wanted to know, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm going to hang up now. I've got about 26 minutes before my bowel movement, and then I'm going to watch Who Wants to Be a Goddamn Millionaire and not listen to your crap show. Goodbye.
That's my lawyer. I got 26 minutes to my bowel movement. 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686. Malibu on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hey, Phil, how you doing?
Not too good.
I can almost hear you. You're having a difficult time this evening. I wanted to call and cheer you up because I always enjoy your program. With all the things you talk about, you've always been a lot of fun to listen to for me.
What is your name?
Phil, my name is Little Ian Anderson. I've called you.
Oh, I know who you are. Yeah, Little Ian Anderson. You're not the Ian Anderson. Were you a roadie, right?
So I was a roadie. I worked in rock and roll and worked in some clubs and all that. But I wanted to call up, prop you up a little bit because I think you do a good program. I think that you should think of one thing, that the lady is probably telling the truth. It's possible that she is psychic. And
You think it's possible she is psychic?
well, right, I think it's possible she's psychic, because first of all, it's possible she's not listening to your show, and that she does all this stuff because she is psychic. As nobody's proved that she listens to your show, right?
No, nobody's proved it, but I mean, you know.
Well, then it's possible that she is psychic, and she's getting all this rubbish from being psychic and channeling all kinds of spirits and like that, right?
I guess it's possible that she's psychic, yeah.
That's right. It's right. You're not a stupid man. You're a smart man. I like listening to your show. You've got a good show. I think you're a smart man. I think it's possible.
It is possible that she's psychic. It's possible that she doesn't listen to my show, that she knew all of this stuff just by...
Right, by reading the tarot cards or looking at all the crystals and like that. Right?
Yeah, it is.
See, you should not give up on yourself so much. I think you give up on yourself. I think a lot of people want to call up and say that you're a dumbass, but you're not. You're smart.
So you think it's possible she could be psychic?
I think it's very possible that she's psychic. In fact, I think she is psychic. Because I don't think that some old gypsy up the street from your radio station necessarily listens to you.
That's very true. I mean, where the radio station is located is, you know, there's not exactly people that listen to my show. Oh, man. Do you think I think it's possible she is psychic and she knows this stuff.
Absolutely, Phil. I think you need to have more faith. I think she's psychic. I think there's one problem, though.
I'm sorry?
I think she's psychic, but I think you've got a problem.
Well, what problem do I have?
You're going to die in a year.
Oh, Jesus. God.
Well, I just want to call to see if there's anybody I should listen to once you die. Do you reckon?
Thank you very much, okay?
Well, once you die, who do I listen to?
That's the one problem I got. She's psychic, but I'm going to die in a year. Oh, man.
Hey, Phil.
What?
Hey, what was that thing that you said that she did?
Bud, go back and help Terry Ray, will you?
No. She said, well, I have a question. What was that one thing that when she grabbed your head? The fortune teller when she grabbed your head?
It's called phrenology.
What that?
It's when you read the bumps on somebody's head.
Do you read a bump on a head by phrenology?
It's a kind of fortune telling when you read the bumps on somebody's head. It's called phrenology.
Here, let me try it with you.
Get your hand off my head, okay, Bud?
Let me try. Here, you better pick this one. It's ripe.
All right, that's it. I'm getting out of here.
Hey, where are you going? I'm having goodbye. Gotta go get him. Better go get him. Go get him. He go in the bathroom. Phil Hendrie is in the bathroom now. He's crying. I'm Bud Dickman on the Phil Hendrie Show. 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686. I'm Bud Dickman filling in on the Phil Hendrie Show. 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686. Call in now. Don't delay. On the Phil Hendrie Show tonight. You can call up, and our number is 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686. I'm Bud Dickman. Don't forget the number. Write it down so you'll always know the number is 1-800-449-8686. I'm trying to get one. I can't get it out. Give me some tissue. It's about 65 degrees in Los Angeles right now, even though I know you're probably not in L.A., you're but another country, or I mean another city. The number is 1-800-449-8686, 1-800-449-8686, 7:39 on the Pacific Coast. And it's 10:39 on the Atlantic Coast. Southern California weather here on the Phil Hendrie Show. Partly cloudy and continued cold, and it's going to be in the 40s tonight. 1-800-449-8686. Call up now. Be a part of the discussion of the issues of the day. If you call up now, you'll be a part of the discussion on the issues of the day. 449-8686, 1-800-449-8686. Is he going to come back? Okay, here, I got it. Los Angeles and vicinity, remainder of the afternoon and night. Tonight, variable high clouds. Saturday, variable high clouds. Saturday night, mostly cloudy. How long do I have to go before we break? 5 minutes. Sunday, mostly cloudy, a chance of rain. In downtown Los Angeles, at the downtown airport, 66 degrees. At the Los Angeles airport, 64. Long Beach, 67. Santa Monica Mountain Recreational Area, Los Angeles County Valleys, going to be variable high clouds. Variable high clouds tonight. Saturday, variable high clouds Saturday night. Malibu Hills, 68 degrees. Woodland Hills, 66. Burbank, 65. And I want to tell everybody about the beautiful weather we'll be about here in beautiful Los Angeles. 64 in Newhall, 66 in Pasadena. Where is he? Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. Everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. It followed her to school one day, which was against the rule. It made the children laugh and play, and to see a lamb in school. There's something to talk about. In A Mary Had a Little Lamb, the part where he goes, it made the children laugh and sing to see a lamb in school. I've always wondered, does that mean that they were making fun of Mary, or were they happy to see the lamb in school? 1-800-449-8686, 1-800-449. And also the other question that we wanted it to be, what would you do if you saw a lamb in school? 1-800-449-8686, 1-800-449-8686, 1-800-449-8686. And the other question that speaks probably to more of a scientific view on it, if you saw a lamb in school, would it get good grades, or what kind of a student would a lamb be? 1-800-449-8686, 1-800-449-8686. Thank God.
Listening to you make an abortion out of my show? Yeah, I'm coming back.
I don't know what to do.
What do you mean? What would it be like to see a lamb in school?
I don't know what to do. You're the one that ran out of here.
I don't like having my head felt up. Do you mind?
You're the one. You want to have your head felt up.
Don't you yell at me, you little... Get out of here.
You don't want to have your head felt up.
I didn't have my head felt up. It's called phrenology. Do you understand? What are you doing?
You're feeling you up.
Get your hand off my crotch.
Ow! You shouldn't like it so much.
I don't like it. I'm sorry. From the bottom of my heart, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry.
You like to get felled up.
Get him out of here, Mike.
You do.
Get him out of here. He grabbed my crotch. Get him out of here. I want him out of the building. If you got to get security up here, fine. Get him out of here.
You let a lady really rub your head.
Yeah, she rubbed my head, man. She wasn't groping my head. Or any other part of me. Forgive me. I'm sorry.
You got off on it.
Get him out of here. Well, I guess I tried, and I failed. I tried, and I failed. I wanted to have a show that people could relate to, and I just let my emotions, and look what Dickman comes in here, and what do you think about seeing a lamb in school? I'm sorry. I'm Phil Hendrie. This is the Phil Hendrie Show. Go ahead. Phil Hendrie Show. And it is 1-800-449-8686. Please be with us tomorrow at the Sit and Sleep in Tarzana. We are going to be there, and we're going to be signing copies of the 1999 Best of the Phil Hendrie Show CD. It'll be at the Sit and Sleep Mattress Superstore in Tarzana at 19119 Ventura Boulevard, south of the 101 between Tampa and Reseda. For only $20, you get a CD signed by me. All the proceeds go to a great charity, My Friend's Place, a resource center for homeless and runaway youth in Hollywood. Again, we'll be there tomorrow at noon, signing until 3, and hope to see you there. We hope to be able to sign your CD, take some pictures if you'd like, and it'll be fun. And it's going to a very, very worthwhile cause, My Friend's Place. We've raised over $61,000 for them so far since our CD went on sale in the middle of December. Okay, let me just move on. That's all you can do. Just suck it up, plow ahead. That's all I can do. Late show host David Letterman underwent emergency quintuple bypass surgery today after a test found one of his arteries seriously blocked. He's fine, according to spokesman Steve Rubenstein. David Letterman is 52. He had an angiogram because of what he said was high cholesterol and a history of heart disease in his family. The test, during which a flexible tube is inserted into an artery and dye is injected, revealed the problem. Dr. O. Wayne Issam, who performed the procedure at New York Presbyterian Hospital, said it went smoothly. He predicted a rapid recovery. David has the heart muscle of a 20-year-old. That's good. Rubenstein said CBS would air late show reruns until Letterman recovers. Letterman's personal physician and his cardiologist said it was too early to determine how long recovery would take. Heart experts said Letterman is likely to spend 6 to 8 weeks recuperating at home. When you have quintuple bypass, is that open heart? That kind of surgery is open heart? Because I know angioplasty, and angioplasty is when they remove the blockage. An angiogram is just a test. Am I right about that? So it was an angioplasty that he had. They couldn't remove that blockage with an angioplasty. They had to go in there and open up the chest. That's rough. Like everybody else, Letterman has made a long-running joke of his health starting years ago when he discovered that he had high cholesterol. For a month, he went on an oat bran diet, complaining nightly about the taste and consistency of the stuff. Letterman disclosed he was going to have the angiogram during a taping of his program with guest Regis Philbin. The segment was to air tonight. The host turned momentarily serious when he asked Philbin about his own successful emergency angioplasty at age 59 in 1993. The reason I'm bringing this up is that I have very high cholesterol, and I have a history of this, said Letterman, whose father died of a heart attack in his 50s. Letterman returned to jokes when Philbin asked how high the cholesterol level was. It's borderline, Letterman said, 680. Doctors usually recommend people keep their cholesterol level under 200. Letterman said the worst-case scenario would be to open Daddy's rib cage, and I don't want that. Letterman broke into network TV 1978, etc., after a brief stint, etc., etc. Well, he's a nice man, and I know because David Letterman was very complimentary about our show when we first went on the air here in Los Angeles. He'd heard a couple of shows and was very nice and complimentary about the work that we do on the Phil Hendrie Show. And in addition to that, the people at Worldwide Pants have always been very nice. And they're a class organization, and they seem to like artists over there, and there's not a whole lot of suits. And David Letterman's a funny guy. He's just a funny man. I think his show is funny, and I'm not going to say that anybody else sucks. That ain't what that's about. It's just about David Letterman being a funny man, and we hope that he recovers and is back on the tube very, very quickly. 1-800-449-8686, 1-800-449-8686. Ted Bell, how you doing, Ted?
Bill, I'm doing very, very well. I heard the news about David Letterman, and like all of us who are associated with show business and television here in Los Angeles, I am very hopeful of his recovery. David is a tremendous talent. I heard some of the comments that you made about him. It made me a little bit nervous for you, but I know that you admire the man. And
what did I say that made you got nervous for me?
I got a little bit nervous for you, and when I hear you say that, you know, when you think that David Letterman is the funniest guy on TV, what I need for you to understand, and this is one of the reasons why I picked the phone up and called, and I talked to Mike about it, and Mike said to go ahead and go on the air and talk to you a little bit about this.
Let me tell people who we're speaking with, by the way. This is Ted Bell. He owns Ted's of Beverly Hills Steakhouse, which is I don't want to call it a hangout.
Well, it's not a hangout. We do have a lot of, we're very proud to say there's a lot of people in the industry who come to our steakhouse.
Okay, and you also have the Beverly Hills Automobile Association. So that's you, Ted. Go ahead.
All right. So we got our resumes out of the way. No, I seriously, Phil, I wanted to just say to you that I admire your loyalty to David Letterman. And I admire the good words that you had to say. But I'm asking you because I admire you, Phil. I think you're a talented guy too. Let's move past David Letterman for a minute here. Let's talk about Phil Hendrie. You are a talented guy, and I'd like to see you succeed in this town. And
okay, well, what did I say? You said you got nervous?
I got a little bit nervous, yeah.
About what?
I want to see you put your loyalties in the right areas, is all I'm saying. I think David Letterman is a tremendous talent, but you work in Los Angeles. You know who rules the roost here, okay?
Well, Jay Leno is, Jay.
That's what I wanted to say, Jay Leno. You don't want to say anything that's going to hurt you, okay? So when I say that, yes, it's admirable that you like David Letterman, you have to understand who represents L.A., and who better represents L.A. than Jay Leno? And I've told you this before.
You've mentioned this, and I think Mr. Leno is a tremendous talent. I remember seeing him on stage at the Comedy Store back in...
Well, you don't have to go into your resume about when you...
No, I saw him at the Comedy Store back in 1980. He was a hysterically funny man, and I don't get to see either one of the shows.
Yeah, well, you're in L.A. Jay Leno represents L.A. Did I hear you a minute ago say you're born and raised in L.A.?
Yes.
All right, Jay Leno is L.A., and when you're on the air in L.A. and...
Well, I'm on the air across the country, okay?
Yeah, but when you're working out of Los Angeles, you got to know where your loyalties lie. Your loyalties lie with Jay. Don't blow it. Please don't blow it, Phil. I am a great admirer of yours.
I'm not going to blow it by saying I like Letterman.
Well, whoa. No.
All right, hold on, Ted. What did I do? Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. Well, I'm blowing it? What? Who?
Hola y gracias por volar en la aerolínea aérea de Phil Hendrie. Estaremos volando a una altitud de 30,000 pies.
Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. Don't forget, tomorrow at noon, we're at the Sit and Sleep Mattress Superstore in Tarzana, 19119 Ventura Boulevard, selling the best of the Phil Hendrie Show 1999 CD, signing autographs, taking pictures, meeting and greeting. The CD's only $20. I'll sign it for you, and all the money goes to my friend's place, a resource center for homeless and runaway youth in Hollywood. We've made $61,000 so far. The news tonight that we're paying a little bit of attention to is the worrisome David Letterman. I'm a fan of his. Underwent emergency quintuple bypass surgery. All 5 arteries were found to be blocked. And what is it that an artery does? It pumps blood from the heart, and the veins pump blood to the heart. So these are the arteries, the 5 arteries that are pumping the blood to all parts of your body from the heart. They were blocked, and the doctors decided they needed to go in. And the good news is that he is resting, and they say that it'll probably be a 6 to 8 week recuperation period. His physician, the doctor who performed the procedure, said that David Letterman has the heart muscle of a 20-year-old. So there's some good news there. Ted Bell is with us from Ted's at Beverly Hills Steakhouse. And certainly through the years, Ted, you've seen an awful lot of the great ones come through the doors of your restaurant. We're talking about David Letterman and so much of what he has contributed. We're looking forward to seeing him contribute more.
Yeah, and I agree with that, Phil. I also want to say that Jay Leno has been a tremendous asset as well to the entertainment business and to the television business as well. I think that Jay has contributed some groundbreaking comedy to the comedy scene and to the entertainment scene. And I think, Jay, I know his thoughts are with David this evening. I hope that David Letterman does well. I hope that David Letterman recovers 100%. I would not want to see Jay win, the late-night battle in a de facto way. I want to see them go head-to-head. for a number of years.
I think when you talk about Jay Leno and the bits that he does on his show, David Letterman has had so many groundbreaking things too, right? I mean, with his top 10 list.
Yeah, I wanted to interrupt you for just a minute because this is sort of what we were talking about, Phil, before we went to the news break. Your loyalty to David Letterman, I think, is admirable. I wanted you, and I was hoping that you would see how important it is for you to know which side of the bread the butter's on. You've heard that phrase, right?
Yes, I've heard that phrase.
All right. Jay Leno's on top. He's number one.
I'm aware of that. I'm also aware that David Letterman is making...
Yeah, whoa. Let me...
But David Letterman is making some inroads now.
Whoa. Jay Leno's on top, number one. And I think we need to recognize who really represents, when you talk about Hollywood, when you talk about L.A., when you talk about the entertainment business, who is it? It's Jay Leno. And I need for you to be mindful of...
Why can't I have loyalty to David Letterman?
Whoa. Hold on for a minute, Phil. When you say that, see, what's happening is there's a possibility because you're broadcasting out of Los Angeles, Mr. Leno's listening.
Okay, Mr. Leno's listening. I think he's a very great talent. I don't know what you want me to say.
What I want you to do is be mindful of the fact that you have a career that you could very seriously blow it for yourself by haranguing this Letterman thing. I don't know what it is that you're trying to do.
And what do you mean harangue the Letterman thing? I'm mentioning that he is sick.
Yeah, you mentioned that he's sick, and then move on. Talk about Jay Leno. Boy, I'll tell you something, Bill. I'm trying to help you out.
Okay, Jay Leno does great things. David Letterman does funny things. David Letterman has the top 10 list. David Letterman did his stupid pet tricks. David Letterman is he's the first serious, let's put it this way, the first serious competition for that late-night slot in NBC. I don't know whether it's a really serious competition or not, but it seems like it's the first serious competition that late-night slot at NBC has had for many, 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 many years. And he filled a certain comedy void there at night. And that's why I admire the guy, and I'm just wishing him well after very serious heart surgery.
Right, and I couldn't agree with you more. I'm trying to point out that Jay Leno wishes David to be well as well. And
how did we get to be talking about Jay Leno? I thought we were talking about a man who has had this serious surgery.
We're talking about entertainment, and we're talking about loyalty, and we're talking...
Okay, well, let me open the phone lines up here. Loyalty?
Where is your... Where do you live? Do you live in New York?
No, I live in L.A.
All right, then what are you talking about Letterman for?
Because I think the guy's funny, because he just had, quintuple bypass surgery.
You live in L.A. Everybody knows who the bad boy on the block is. Jay Leno. What are you trying to do? So you give your loyalty to Jay Leno. You can comment on David Letterman. You can say you hope he gets better. You can say that you hope he is healthy, but you don't blow it.
And by saying that I hope David Letterman gets better, I'm blowing it?
No. By saying that David Letterman was somehow doing groundbreaking comedy, when you know very well, Jay Leno broke the mold. Mr. Brain, okay?
What is Mr. Brain?
Mr. Brain is a Jay Leno bit that he does on The Tonight Show. What is Mr. Brain? The disembodied head bit. Groundbreaking. The political monologue, the analysis of his political... Groundbreaking headlines. The people send in the headlines, and then you do all of this stuff. This is stuff that Jay Leno has invented, okay? And
I don't know who Mr. Brain is, and what is the disembodied head?
Well, let me tell you something, my man. You had better start watching some television so you know whose asses you're going to have to start kissing. Because the fact is...
Well, you know something? If you don't mind me interrupting, Ted, I hope I don't have to do much of that in order for me to feed my family, put a roof over my head, and have a freaking show here on the radio. What do you mean I better start listening so I know which asses to kiss?
I'm talking about who the bad boy on the block is.
Jay Leno, I take it.
You got it.
All right. But we wish David well.
Yeah. I wish David Letterman well, but Jay Leno is the bad boy on the block when you live in L.A.
1-800-449-8686. Phil, okay, let's take some phone calls from some people when we get back, okay? I just hope that David is, I say David Letterman, Mr. Letterman is fine. 1-800-449-8686, Phil Hendrie Show. Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. Ted Bell from Ted's Beverly Hills Steakhouse is on the line with us, and we're talking about David Letterman, who has had quintuple bypass surgery today. If you haven't heard the news, it was a little shocking to me. I thought that he was going in for just a little, angioplasty or something, and apparently he had major heart surgery, and apparently went smoothly. He is recovering. His doctor says he has the heart muscle of a 20-year-old, so that's the good news. With me is Ted Bell, and while we talk about...
you're doing, Phil, forgive me, you're doing an awful lot of talking about David Letterman, and I want to be the first one to say that I so admire his work, but I don't think you get it. It's Letterman this and Letterman that, and I want to mention Jay Leno could very well have had bypass surgery today. Jay Leno could very well have been diagnosed with cancer today. And I think we need to keep that in mind. And
what am I supposed to keep that in mind for? I mean...
Well, in fact, you're talking about Letterman had bypass surgery. I understand that. I'm glad he's okay. Thank God he's okay. But if I'm going to offer up a prayer tonight, I also want to offer up this prayer. And the prayer is this, Phil, and you think I'm being silly. Dear God, I hope Jay Leno isn't listening to Phil's show.
Oh, come on. Don't...
No, I'm dead serious, Phil. I hope Jay Leno is not listening to Phil's show and listening to you suck Letterman's ass, forgive my language. And
okay, that is absolutely absurd. I'm simply saying I hope the guy is okay.
Do you hope that Jay Leno's okay?
Yes, I hope he's okay. Los Angeles on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
What's that mean?
Hello, Los Angeles.
Hello?
Yes.
I was calling to let you know that David Letterman is great. I'm glad that
I
we're
think
getting
he's a tremendous talent.
He's a tremendous talent. I'm just simply saying, what about Jay Leno?
What about Jay Leno?
Jay Leno
didn't go into the hospital and have surgery. That's the only reason we're discussing David Letterman at the moment, I thought.
Yeah, we're discussing David Letterman, but what I'm asking Phil Hendrie to do, because he broadcasts for Los Angeles, is to remember who rules the roost in L.A., and not to blow it. And I don't know whether the gentleman, are you in the entertainment business, sir?
Yes, I am.
All right. You're going to, protect, the old cover your ass thing, right?
No.
You're going to get on the air and start talking about Letterman. Leno's the bad boy on the block.
I don't feel that at all.
It's a small town.
Jay
and Leno
is recent to the talk show industry. David Letterman's been around for many, many, many years.
Well, that's fine.
Okay?
I understand
that makes him the bad boy on the block. East and West Coast.
In L.A.?
East and West Coast.
Who's number one?
Pardon?
Who's number one?
Who's number one?
Oh.
Who's in the hospital?
Got you that one, didn't I?
That's why we're talking about who is in the hospital, who is the guy.
No, who got the Tonight Show to number one?
Can we talk about David Letterman being in the hospital, or does it all have to be about Leno?
Bill, I've said, God bless David Letterman. I hope he recovers swiftly. I don't want Jay Leno to win because David Letterman died. I want Jay Leno to win because it was an honest fight.
He won't. Okay?
Well, he's number one now, sir.
He won't win.
Thank you, sir, for your phone call. Here is Simi Valley on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Hi.
Hi. I'm just calling in. I'm very surprised that is it Ted Bell who's
Leno got the show that Letterman wanted. Let's remember that too.
Let me hear what the lady has to say. Go ahead.
I think everyone's entitled to their opinion just because you never said that Leno was anything but a good talent, and as well as David, and
right.
And I really think if Jay Leno were listening to the station right now, he'd probably call in and be a little bit embarrassed by what this guy's saying. I mean, I think he respects David, and I'm sure they're probably friends. And
they are friends, and he's said many times that they're friends, and he's a gracious man, Jay Leno. And
right.
I simply am saying that David Letterman is a tremendous talent. I am sorry that he is been knocked for a loop here. We hope that he's back on TV soon.
And you do all of that in Los Angeles, California, where Jay Leno's the bad boy on the block.
But Jay would say the same thing. I think you're missing the point, is that this man is a great talent, and he's in the hospital. Why can't somebody say that without you assuming that they're saying something against Jay Leno?
Well, what I'm saying is, David Letterman's in the hospital. You're right. If Jay Leno were in the hospital, what would you be saying?
Then I'm sure his show will be wishing him well, too, I'm talking about it. But someone is not going to call up and say David Letterman is better. I mean, that's not what it's about, is it?
Can I just do a little role-playing with both you, Phil, and your listener?
Yeah.
Let me ask the lady, and let me ask you, Phil. What if Jay Leno had leukemia?
What
if?
I mean,
yeah,
there'd be a great outpouring of support for him,
I'd feel
too.
very bad for him. I would feel very, very bad for him.
Would you be talking about how good his show is?
I think he's a talented guy.
Would you be saying how good his show is, yes or no? Yeah, I got you. You think Letterman's show is better, don't you?
But what's the problem with that, though? That's what I don't understand. What's the problem if he has an opinion that his show is better, whether he said so or not?
The problem is this, man. If Phil Hendrie says what he's just basically said, that David Letterman's better than Jay Leno, and Phil Hendrie works in the entertainment business in L.A., he just blew it. He just blew it. He's blowing it. Jay Leno's a big man. Phil Hendrie wants to climb up that entertainment ladder just as bad as anybody else. What are you going to do, Phil, when you walk into an office? And
the lady just hung up, by the way.
What, did I bore her?
Yeah, and you're boring me. What is it that you want to say, okay?
I'm simply saying that when you go to pitch a show idea to Jay Leno's company, and he remembers you saying that he sucked.
I didn't say that he sucked. I simply said that Letterman's
better.
Yeah, all right, I said it. Letterman's better, okay? Is it such a terrible thing to say for a man who's laying in a hospital bed right now? Nipomo. Is this Nipomo? How do you pronounce that town, sir? I'm sorry.
Nipomo.
Nipomo. Yes, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
In reference to the other guy that's on the other line there, Bell, I guess his name is.
My name is Ted Bell, sir, yeah.
Yeah, well, I just want to tell you, Mr. Bell, that if anybody is kissing ass, you're kissing Leno's ass so hard it must be chafed by now. I can't believe what I'm hearing from you.
Hendrie's
what does it matter if the gentleman wants to say that Mr. Dave Letterman gets better or not? What the heck does it matter?
Well, I wish David Letterman a speedy recovery as well.
You keep repeating yourself.
As we all do.
You are an anus, Mr.
But I'm an anus.
Well, I'd like to use four-letter words once in a while.
Well, sir, I'll tell you this much. Mr. Hendrie can wish Mr. Letterman a speedy recovery.
Well, certainly he can.
But he better not do it too much.
For God's sake, mister, you're coming from...
He's doing it too much.
Oh, you're talking about Leno too much.
No, wait. I'm simply giving Jay Leno, one of the great creative minds in the
history of living. He's a great man.
He's a tremendous creative mind.
But so what? I'll bet Mr. Leno thinks you're an asshole, too.
I don't think so. I think Jay Leno understands that it's me.
Hell no.
I think he understands that I'm... Jay Leno doesn't think I'm an asshole, okay?
Oh, the hell he doesn't.
Well, how do you know?
Half the world listening right now think that's what you are.
Have you seen The Tonight Show with Mr. Leno?
I've watched Mr. Leno and I've watched Letterman, and they're both different approaches.
I'm sorry, wait. What did you say?
I've watched both of them. They have different approaches to humor.
Are you telling me that you've watched both of them?
Of course. What am I going to do, just watch Leno because I live in California?
In other words, you don't have loyalty to The Tonight Show, is that it?
Oh, for God's sake.
What are you telling me you
are?
Wait a second, pal. Are you saying because this man lives in California, he can only watch The Tonight Show?
What am I talking to myself here? Yes. Both of you guys should understand Jay's the bad boy on the block.
What do you get with this bad boy on the block crap?
I'm talking about Jay Leno being the #1 late-night host.
So what?
Have you seen Mr. Brain? Have you seen Mr. Brain? Have you seen The Disembodied Head?
Will you get off The Disembodied Head and Mr. Brain? Jay has a good show.
Yeah, but not a great show, right? Right, Phil? Is that right?
I like Letterman's show better, yes.
Oh, are you blowing it?
You know, if I had the opportunity, I'd pull the plug on that guy's Bell phone.
Sir.
Let him go back to his restaurant.
The gentleman in Nipomo.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you in the entertainment business?
No, I'm a retired engineer.
Then you don't get how Mr. Hendrie's blowing it right now. He's blowing it big time. Yeah, just laughing, huh?
I don't know. I've never heard such idiocy in all my life.
You know, in Hollywood, it's who you know, okay? And if Mr. Hendrie's going to sit here and kiss David Letterman's hind end, he's blowing it.
Yeah? Well, why don't you unhook yourself from Jay Leno's back end and sign off the phone? You're doing this country a disservice by you're wasting the people's time with your idiocy. And I'm going to hang up because I'm getting
so
sick and tired of you.
You just called Jay Leno an idiot, too.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
You're an asshole, sir.
Yeah, okay, he just called Jay Leno an asshole.
All right, he hung up, and thanks a whole lot for that, Ted. Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. Back with Ted Bell. I'm blowing it.
Hola, y gracias por volar en la aerolínea aérea de Phil Hendrie.
Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. That's 1-800-449-8686. Join us tomorrow. Those of you in the L.A. area at the Sit and Sleep Mattress Superstore in Tarzana will be there at noon for our third CD signing. Jay Leno is on NBC. David Letterman is on CBS. That's who we're talking about. David Letterman, who had quintuple bypass surgery after a test found one of his arteries seriously blocked. Now, David Letterman is doing fine. He's resting comfortably. The doctor said he has the heart muscle of a 20-year-old, but he does have a history of heart disease in his family. His father died in his 50s from heart disease. He also, David Letterman, has a history of high cholesterol. So one thing leads to another, and when you are responsible with your health and you get regular checkups, he found out that he did indeed have a seriously blocked artery, and he's had quintuple bypass surgery. Ted Bell is on the line. He's the owner of Ted's of Beverly Hills Steakhouse, as well as the Beverly Hills Automobile Association. And we're having a problem here, Ted.
No, Bill, we're not having a problem. I want to apologize.
All right, let me finish. We're having a problem because I am here wishing David Letterman well, and you don't want me to do that unless I also mention Jay Leno.
No, you're not just wishing him well. You also made the statement that you think his show is better than Jay's. And all I'm saying, and if you'll just allow me this moment, all I'm saying is I think when you speak against Jay Leno, and you're in the entertainment business as you are, Phil, I think you're blowing it because Jay Leno rules the roost. He's the bad boy on the block. And
what are you saying? Is he going to have me blacklisted? Is he?
I'm saying one hand washes the other. Okay, one hand washes the other, Phil, and I think you know what I'm talking about. Jay Leno, bad boy on the block, one hand washes the other. You figure it out.
Jay Leno, bad boy on the block, one hand washes the other. Okay, I got it figured out. I think you're freaking out of your mind. How about that? Here is St. Petersburg on the Phil Hendrie Show.
It's very, very, very funny.
No, I think you're nuts. St. Petersburg on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I think that this Ted guy is a little bit silly. You haven't said anything.
Silly. I'm loyal to Jay Leno.
Okay, so he likes Letterman. Does that make him wrong and make you right?
Phil Hendrie works in and practices his art in Los Angeles.
Okay, so
you live in
he's
LA.
a man. He stands on his own merit. Maybe he doesn't need anybody.
You live in
Obviously,
LA.
Unlike you.
You live in LA. You have to align yourself with the powers that be.
LA, honey.
Well, honey, I'm not asking you to, but if you did, you'd have to align yourself with the powers that be. The name's Leno. Can you spell it?
You know,
Leno.
And you're a businessman.
Yes, ma'am. Ted's of Beverly Hills Steakhouse. Maybe someday you'll get lucky enough and I'll be able to see you.
No, I wouldn't even think of it. There's a lot better other places to go.
You don't go wishing the competition well. That's all I'm saying.
You don't go wishing the competition well, even after the guy's had multiple bypass surgery.
I can't believe you just said that. You are a sore loser.
Why?
Well,
David Letterman is the serious competition of Jay Leno.
You're in the restaurant business, okay? So
that's right. It's
I can say
baby.
that Spago's is. Everybody's heard of Spago's.
Baby.
Nobody's ever heard of your restaurant.
Spago's over. Spago's has been so over for so long. Oh, Spago's. Yeah. Let me go over to Tower Records and I'll pop into Spago's for one of their bad pizzas. Come on, baby, get with it.
Oh, my God.
Stick your nose in the air. Stick your nose in the air. I sound like a what?
You sound like some kind of... How old are you?
I'm 35 years of age. I've got two multi-million-dollar businesses.
Oh, okay.
I can buy and sell Wolfgang. I can buy and sell Wolfgang Pucker. You know what I'm talking about.
Wolfgang Pucker, huh?
Yeah, you got it. So what I'm saying,
you are just, you're really embarrassing
Letterman
yourself.
had the quintuple. Is Letterman dead, Phil?
No.
Then what are you fawning all over him for? If he was dead, I'd understand
that you're just doing this because you've got nothing better to do. You're running a multi-million-dollar business, a restaurant business, and you've got this,
Hey, let me clue you in on something. If Letterman was that good, he would have gotten the Tonight Show. Thank you.
Wait
a second.
No, he would have gotten the Tonight Show. Thank you.
What? I mean, do you not have a life?
Oh, have I got a wife?
A life.
Have I got a life? Baby, I got $25 million worth of life.
Oh, yeah, right.
Okay.
I'd have to see that before I believe it.
NBC can smell talent, and he ain't it.
You're talking about a man laying in ICU tonight who had very serious...
Wait. David Letterman, I hope he gets better. NBC smells talent, and they couldn't even get a whiff of it off of Letterman. And so,
you know something? Now you're pissing me off. So now I'm going to tell you this. Not only is David Letterman better than Jay Leno, he's funnier than Jay Leno. His show kicks ass. Leno's show is a derivative piece of crap. Now what do you think?
You just blew it. Kiss off your career in L.A.
Okay, all right, I'll kiss it off. I guess I'm dead, huh?
No, you just blew it. No. He blew it. He blew it.
Blew what? He's a man who can stand on his own merit.
You're gone. You're out of L.A. You might as well get in your car and go home now.
No, I got another hour and a half before I go off the air, okay?
No, if I were you, I'd get in the car, just go. You know, I'm going to tell you something. You'll be lucky, Phil, if Leno doesn't come over there and kick your ass around the block for drill.
All right, thank you very much, man. I got to run. Thank you. I'll be lucky, huh?
You blew it.
I blew it.
You blew it.
Maybe I just said it to piss you off.
No, you blew it.
Simi Valley on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hi, this is Amy. I was on the phone earlier.
What do you mean you were on the phone earlier?
I'm sorry. I was on the car phone. I got cut off earlier. But I just wanted to continue with the point that everyone has their own opinion, and I don't understand why he keeps bringing it back that it's against Leno, when it obviously is.
Wait a minute, you hung up on me.
I didn't. I got
obviously, I was, making a good point.
I actually think this is completely made up. It's just unbelievable to me that you're
no, what I'm saying is you got a guy laying in a hospital bed tonight getting everybody's sympathy, and I'm saying let's get a little sympathy going for Jay Leno.
For what?
A great man, a funny man. He's got a great show.
Jay Leno's got nothing to do with Letterman being a... Why do you got to turn this into a Jay Leno festival, man? David Letterman's the guy in the hospital. All I did was wish him well, and you're coming on the air and saying...
Yeah, how about some love for Jay? Wait, ain't no love for Jay?
You just said a second ago you wanted sympathy for him. What's up with that?
All right. 1-800... Why did we go back to that call? She sucked the first time. I mean, she was fine the first time out. Why did we go back to that? And in the meantime, a really good call hung up. 1-800-449-8686. Let me tell you something. I believe that Jay Leno is a tremendous talent. I will always believe that. I think that David Letterman's a great talent, and I will always believe that, and I just want the guy to get better, okay?
I want David to get better too, Phil. I really do, and I hope that he does. I'm just saying to you, and I'm saying to all your listeners, don't screw up by, let me tell you how it works, okay? In entertainment, you don't screw up by heaping a whole lot of love on the wrong guy, and I think you're just heaping a whole lot of love on the wrong guy, that's all. David Letterman, great man, but you know what? Jay Leno's number one, isn't he?
Jay Leno's number one, but I still want David Letterman to get better and feel better. And you know what? After a while, I don't even give a crap, okay? It's his health, man. I'm just trying to be polite publicly to a man who is beloved of many and who is sick, okay?
Don't blow it.
According to your standards, I've already blown it. Thank you. If he calls back, I don't want to put him on the air. So anyway, that's the whole thing. See, some people, they can't, for whatever reason, they simply cannot just let someone say something without turning it into a political issue. You know, I wish the guy well. Oh, well, Jesus, Hendrie, you're blowing it. How am I blowing it exactly? I don't want to do television. I could care less. I have a radio show. I think people who do TV, they're tremendous people, and I think it's a very challenging and difficult job. I'd rather do this, okay? So I got no interest in doing any TV project. So I'm not blowing it. I'm sitting here commenting. This came as a big shock to me. As a matter of fact, I wonder how my cholesterol is. You worried about yours, Bill? I'm all of a sudden worried. I think I'm putting on a little, I'm going to go in and I'm going to have a precautionary angioplasty. I'm just going to go in and have them rip my chest open to make sure. I'm worried. 47 years old. How old's Letterman? 52? Here's a guy that, do you know that this guy ran 9 miles a day? 9 miles a day he ran. He jogged. He jogged 9 miles a day. He was eating that oat bran. I don't think he smoked And yet he's got clogged arteries. Now, you tell me how that happens. Maybe that Atkins diet thing is something I ought to revisit. You remember how I was talking about the Atkins diet, and then I said I was off of it because I couldn't stand eating all of that pork, and anyway, I was up like 10 pounds after a week? Maybe I ought to revisit the idea of that whole Atkins diet because, hey, it ain't no carbohydrates. That seems to be the killer. Not fat, carbohydrates. Because this dude was living on oat bran, and his cholesterol's through the roof. How's that happen? And he's jogging 9 miles a day. I said to that doctor before we went on the air, I don't smoke anymore. I gave up the cigarettes in the middle of November, but I sure as hell have myself a drink every now and again, and I eat pasta, and I'm a fat slob, and I haven't been sick all year, man. I haven't had that flu bug. I haven't had anything. No sore throats, no nothing. People have been dropping like flies all around me, and I'm fine. I'm healthy. I'm as strapping as an ox and almost as smart. And I think... I don't know, but I think it's because I don't know why it is. Maybe I say my prayers at night. Who knows? But by God, I'll tell you something. When a guy who's running 9 miles a day has something wrong with him like that, you throw everything out the window. It's like that Jim Fix. Remember when he croaked? The guy was a distance runner. I don't know, he's running like 20 miles a day. This guy keels over from a heart attack. It's enough to make me not only want to start smoking again, but eating fried Spam every day, 3 meals a day. Starting tomorrow. 1-800-449-8686, Phil Hendrie Show. Hi, Phil Hendrie here at 1-800-449-8686. Next hour, join me. I'm going to be ordering flowers from my wife, and I think you'll have some fun with this. We're going to kind of just call a florist that we know and order some flowers for the beautiful Maria. I thought for a moment I read this right, and I think I'm wrong. Ed Harris, you know the actor Ed Harris? I thought they were remaking the film Father Knows Best with Ed Harris playing the Robert Young part, playing the father, and that's not the case. Although there's a spate of these movies, they continue to be produced, they continue to be written, and they continue to be distributed, these made for, the remakes of these popular television shows. Now, we've had The Sublime, which was the Brady Bunch film. I thought that was a funny movie. That was a good movie, wasn't it? We've had The Ridiculous, which was probably lost in space. Beverly Hillbillies, I'm sorry, I don't think that made it. I just don't think Beverly Hillbillies had the quantity of laughs that I would expect. Lost in Space could have been wonderful. It sucked for so many different reasons. But I was thinking if you could do something a little bit different. Most of these remakes are true to the form. And I don't know why I can't see a Leave It to Beaver film with Harvey Keitel in the Hugh Beaumont role. Do I treat you like a hard-on beaver? Do I not treat you like a man over here? What about, in other words, why not Ed Harris in Father Knows Best? Ed Harris in Father Knows Best as the dad. Forget about cast. I don't know how you'd cast the other ones. Okay. Now let's take the Brady Bunch, for instance. Okay, wonderfully funny and great satire. I just loved that movie. I thought it was really funny. But if you were going to render that film in a more serious vein, it was a comedy. But if you were to render that film in a more serious vein, Clarence, who's the guy that was in Mod Squad? Clarence Thomas? Clarence Thomas is the Supreme Court Justice, isn't he? Well, who's the guy that... Wasn't Clarence Thomas also in Mod Squad? The guy's name is Clarence, I know that. How about him? How about a black version of the Brady Bunch? Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. With that Clarence cat with the space between his teeth as the dad. I'm leading off with that. Michael Jackson as the dad. Something a little bit bent, and I suppose this is going to get me on the Black Journalism Review as a real asshole for even suggesting it. By the way, just as an aside, I've written those guys explaining my show. I haven't received anything back. I think that Black Journalism Review is some jive site that doesn't really exist. Either that or I've got a stinking hunch that it's run by Nation of Islam. What do you think? I think it's run by Nation of Islam. You want to know why? Because they got no sense of humor. They got no sense of humor. And about the most humorless cats going, well, there's a number of them, but right up there near the top of the list, Nation of Islam. These guys couldn't laugh, man, if you put a feather up their rear end. And I think that's what's going on with that. So anyway, but I just, Ed Harris and Father Knows, I don't know. The Donna Reed show. Well, who is how about the Uma Thurman show? Something, in other words, where we can begin to read. The Beverly Hillbillies starring who? Not the guy that they had, Varney, and not, of course, Buddy Ebsen, but what about Tommy Lee Jones? God, that's a good idea. God, is that a good idea? The Beverly Hillbillies starring Tommy Lee Jones. You know, very psychopathic. And you know who I see Tommy Lee Jones? Not as Uncle Jed. I see him as the big, tall kid, whatever the hell his name was. Jethro. That's who you want, man. Tommy Lee Jones as Jethro. That's killer. That's killer casting. Ain't nobody going to do it because it's too funny and it's too good of an idea. Farrah Fawcett as the Donna Douglas character. What the hell was her name? Daisy May or something like that? Dimbulb? I forget what her name was. Ellie Mae. That was it. Ellie Mae. Farrah Fawcett as Ellie Mae. Tommy Lee Jones as Jethro. Now we got to cast the old lady. Wendy Hiller. No, I'm just kidding. You don't know who she is. Okay, a cultural reference nobody knows. How about Grandma could be, Vanessa Redgrave? Or too close to Irene Ryan. Ruth Gordon would be good. Yeah, she was in all those Clint Eastwood Any Which Way You Can movies, so she already... B. Arthur... I'm thinking of a dramatic actress, an elderly dramatic. How about Judith Dench? There you go. Okay, we got her. Judith Dench as the grandma. Now we're looking for the other cat, the head guy, Dame Judi Dench as Granny. Yeah! Starring Tommy Lee Jones as Jethro, Farrah Fawcett as Ellie Mae, Dame Judith Dench as Granny. And who is Jed? Come on, it's got to be perfect now. We need some diabolical bastard as Jed, some great actor. Jack Klugman's, it's comedy. He's a TV actor. We need a serious, dramatic film actor. And Jack Klugman's a great actor, but don't get me wrong. I mean, forgive me, but he's too tied to TV. Huh? Liam Neeson's too young, but you're getting there. Liam Neeson's good, though. As Uncle Jed? Liam Neeson. I got it. Anthony freaking Hopkins. As Uncle Jed. Anthony Hopkins as Uncle Jed. Anthony Hopkins as Uncle Jed. Farrah Fawcett as Ellie Mae. Tommy Lee Jones as Jethro. And Dame Judith Dench as Granny. Oh, that is so good. Now, you put that cast together for freaking Beverly Hillbillies. There's a movie I'll go see. Come and listen to a story about a man. Could you see Anthony Hopkins doing that implosive kind of, that crazy thing? They're all waving at the door. They're all standing there waving at the door, man, as the show ends. And Judi Dench is holding up her hand and doing that thing with the... Now we got to go to the bank, guys. The bank secretary that was brilliantly played by, what's her face? Miss Jane was, who was... Yeah, what was the actress? She was Nancy Culp. Nancy Culp. She was really, really good. Really good. Okay, so what do we need? We need a... and redone by who? Who, Mike? In the movie? We don't know? Okay. All right, so we need to get her. So, all right, Lily Tomlin was her in the movie. Exactly. All right, so we need to go a step even more demented than Lily Tomlin. What about Linda Hunt? She's too short. You don't know who I'm talking about either. God damn it. I'm trying to think. I can't think. What about the bank president, Mr. Drysdale? See, that would be an Anthony Hopkins role, too. You could have... I'm all out of ideas. I'm plumb out of ideas. In the cement pond. What are you talking about? You're going to put me in the cement pond? Clarice? Go put it in the cement pond. Well, I mean, she's very butch. John Houseman is the bank president. Not a bad idea. Is he dead? Oh, who's the one? Nah, forget it, man. You know, all the movies I see, I got no recall. I can't think of anything. I'm dead. Okay, that's it. That's the end of that bit. God, all of those brain cells that I could have done. You know, I really could use them now. Gone now, though. Christopher Walken as the bank president? That's a good idea. It's Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686.
皆様、本日はフィル・ヘンドリーエアをご利用いただき誠にありがとうございます。
The Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. And please join us tomorrow. If you're in the Los Angeles area, we will be at the Sit and Sleep Mattress Superstore in Tarzana, and that's at 19119 Ventura Boulevard, just south of the 101 between Tampa and Reseda. We're going to be out there tomorrow between noon and 3. We'll be signing, autographing, and generally having fun with our CD, the Best of the Phil Hendrie Show 1999 CD. And all of the proceeds from the $20 purchase price goes to my friend's place, a resource center for homeless and runaway youth in Hollywood. That's tomorrow at noon at the Sit and Sleep Mattress Superstore, Tarzana, 19119 Ventura Boulevard, south of the 101 between Tampa and Reseda. And it is my very fervent hope that eventually, as we do this annually for my friend's place, we will go beyond Los Angeles and go out there into America and sell and meet and greet and do that stuff. But, you know, for this year anyway, Greyhound. I mean, I couldn't get it together, okay? Since, you know, it's all coming out of my pocket. 1-800-449-8686. Now, I want to do something a little different here. I want to call and I want to order flowers for my wife. And I don't know if you found, we know Rudy Canoza's place on Melrose, so we're going to call him up, Mike? All right. My wife has put in a tough week. We had a anniversary party for my in-laws 1 week ago tomorrow. We've had Christmas. We've had New Year's. We've bought a house. We're trying to get out of the one we're in and into the new one that we bought. We're trying to get the one that we're in sold. We're trying to, a million different, we had people who were working for us quit and a million different things. And she's keeping it all together. So I would like to do, and you know what? When we first met, if I can really be corny, I used to send her flowers every Saturday. Saturday was kind of a significant day for us. I don't want to tell you why. And I fell off the wagon a little bit with the flowers. So we're going to restart. And we're going to restart big time. She loves those Stargazer lilies. I'm going to send her a dozen tomorrow. Are we going to get on the line here with Rudy? Rudy Canoza from it's Canoza's Floral Creations?
Yes, Bill. Canoza's Floral Creations, and we are on Melrose in Hollywood, and thank you very much for speaking to us. We've not spoken to you in a while. I heard Mike call, and I said that I haven't talked to you since
the time. What was it, when we saw you back at Thanksgiving?
At Thanksgiving, yes, when I brought the flowers for your party there at the radio station. So I've not spoken to you, and I'm happy to speak to you this evening. And congratulations on the syndication of your show, and all the best of success to you, Phil.
Thank you, Rudy. You're a gentleman. Thank you.
You are a gentleman, and you have always treated us very, very well.
Well, let me tell you, we want to give you a little, we're going to throw you some business tonight.
All right.
And I want to send my wife Stargazer lilies. Do you know what those are? She loves them.
Yes, the Stargazer lily is a beautiful flower. It's a fragrant flower. And we have about a dozen, we have almost 2 dozen of them. And we can put those in a floral arrangement for you if you want.
Okay, I would like a dozen of those Stargazer lilies, and I want them in an arrangement.
Do you want them in a vase? Do you want them in a box? How would you like them sent?
I would like them in a vase, arranged in a vase, okay.
Now, the ones that we have, Phil, the stargazer lilies that we have are a little bit tight.
What do you mean by tight?
They are closed, and they will open up for tomorrow. Do you want these delivered tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow.
They will open up. You put them in water, they will open up. And they will be beautiful, but right now they're a little bit tired, a little bit tight, I should say. I'm a little bit tired.
I know it's a little bit late, and I thank you for keeping the store open for us.
My pleasure, Phil. And we will send these over to your lovely lady. Do you want to put the card, right?
Yes. Now, you have all my information there, and you got my credit card information. We gave that to Rudy before we went on the air here. And I would like to... I would like to send a card, and now I'm kind of embarrassed because I realize that I'm on the air here.
It's all right. We have a wonderful selection. And also, to do the card, I can help you with this. Because many men, when we ask a man if he is sending his wife flowers, we ask him, what do you want to put in the card? Many times the men are a bit tongue-tied and are not sure what they wish to put on this card for their wife, so we can help them out too.
Well, let's see. On the card, I'd like to put, to my darling wife.
Could I make a suggestion?
Yes, I mean anything.
Well, that's to my darling wife is very standard. You put if you put te amo, which is Spanish for I love you.
I love you. I like that.
Te amo. Because your wife wants to be loved. Because I'm sorry, I don't want to tell you what to do.
No, that's good, Rudy. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I know what I want to say. I want to say to my darling wife, but te amo's good. You know, I love you very much.
Well, Phil, let's here. I want to throw the card away. I want to give you an idea. A woman, if you send a woman flowers, it's a passionate statement. It is a physical statement when you send a woman flowers, and you should treat her as a wild creature. I remember that I was married to a woman once. God, she was a magnificent creature. And the flowers bespoke the passion that I had for her. And let me, what did you want to put in the card? I help you that.
That was so beautiful. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
That was so beautiful. I don't know what else I can put on. Well, let me say, to my darling wife, thank you. You know, for kind of embarrassed now.
Let me, Phil. Let me say, you are sending this to your wife. You feel love for her.
Yes, of course.
And you feel passion for her.
Yes, of course.
She is a sexual creature. Yes.
Yes, my wife is sexual. She's many things.
You put a te amo. You are like a wild animal that I can't quite get my saddle on.
Boy, I don't know, Rudy.
No, women they love this. They love the passion. Women want to be spoken to as if there is passion. You put down, you are a wild animal.
You're a wild animal. I can't quite get
my saddle on. Let me, better yet, in Spanish, you can say to her, my love, you are the keeper of my heart, the possessor of my soul. But do it in Spanish. Does your wife speak Spanish?
Yes.
All right. Here is what you say in Spanish. Me gustaría verte arrodillada, aullando como perra.
Me gustaría
verte arrodillada, aullando como perra.
I don't know what is that?
That means in English. It's not quite as good in English. It doesn't come out. My love, you are the keeper of my heart and the possessor of my soul.
My love, you are the keeper of my heart and the possessor of my soul.
Yes. Yes. Me gustaría verte arrodillada, aullando como perra. Is that beautiful?
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it means that in my love, you are the keeper of my heart and the possessor of my soul.
Yes. If you put that on the card for your wife, she will love you. She will, when you say to her, me gustaría verte arrodillada, aullando como perra. Perra. She is a perra. It means she is the possessor of your soul. It is a beautiful, beautiful sentiment to send to your lady. I know that she will love them very much, Phil.
Okay, Rudy, hold on for a minute. I want to get this straight. I'm sending flowers to my wife, and he's helping me with the card. You know, it's a funny thing when you send a woman a card with the flowers. So most of the time, that's the dumbest thing of all, because you got a beautiful arrangement of flowers. You never quite know what to say. Did you write that down, Mike? What is it? Me gustaría verte arrodillada, aullando como perra. And that's, you are my love, you are the keeper of my heart and the possessor of my soul. That's beautiful. Okay, Phil Hendrie Show here, 1-800-449-8686. KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449. What did I just say? Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. Okay, Rudy from Canoza's Floral Creations on Melrose is on the line with us here, and we're working out a card for my wife. I'm sending her a dozen Stargazer lilies, right, Rudy?
The Stargazer lilies are that we have almost 2 dozen, Phil. And you wanted 1 dozen?
1 dozen, yeah.
Okay. And these are very tight, as I said, but they are beautiful, beautiful flowers, and they are very fragrant.
I know. My wife has a few of them in the house right now. We got them for this party that we had. They're wonderful.
And you want to put a card with that, right?
Yes, the card. What you said sounded nice. I'm sorry. Go to the guy on line 4. Valdez, is it? You're on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Yes, sir.
You want any card?
Me gustaría verte.
Don't take this man's card. Don't let him put this on your card.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Well, it's because. Could you repeat what you were going to say?
Me gustaría verte arrodillada, aullando como perra.
Perra. I'm looking in my Spanish to English dictionary.
Oh, please.
Here. Perra means bitch. And I don't think Phil wants that.
Do you speak Spanish, sir?
I speak very little.
He's got a tourist Spanish to English book. He's not a Spanish speaker. This is a colloquial phrase.
This is Vox, VOX, Compact Spanish and English Dictionary. I took Spanish in college.
Well, sir, I speak Spanish. I'm from Argentina, so I will say to you that it is a colloquial phrase. Excuse me for just one moment. It is a colloquial phrase that is translated roughly. And you have to understand, it is a phrase that is time-honored, and it means a great love and affection.
Well, then why does this Spanish to English dictionary say bitch?
I don't know.
Excuse my language. I don't mean to be cursing on your show, Phil.
Well, it probably doesn't say bitch. It probably says female dog, but you just wanted to get your jollies. All right, we understand, sir, and you're probably misreading it, too. 1-800-449-8686. Charlotte on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Yeah, I would probably tend to agree. It may be an old colloquial statement, but it's only
Who speaks Spanish around here? Do you?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've spoken for about 4 years. I'm a Spanish major at UNCC Charlotte.
Uh-huh.
And I've spoken for about 4 years.
Me gustaría verte.
Me gustaría verte. Yes, I would like. It would please me to see you. Right? Me gustaría verte. It would please me to see you. Okay?
It would please me to see you.
Arrodillada.
Arrodillada. Now, this I don't understand.
Yes, of course you don't understand, because this is a colloquial phrase that is not your textbook Spanish.
Absolutely.
It's not a college Spanish.
I've spoken colloquial Mexican Spanish.
Well, then why are you having a hard time with this phrase?
Well, I'm not having a hard time with this phrase, but unless his wife speaks your colloquial language and understands...
Well, what is the phrase? The phrase, me gustaría verte arrodillada, aullando como perra.
You do it better than this man, Phil.
That means, my love, you are the keeper of my heart and the possessor of my soul.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to apologize then, because obviously this is a time-honored tradition, and you are going to make his wife very happy, and who am I to interfere from you calling his wife a dog? So
a dog?
como perra. Come on.
Well, what's the rest of the phrase? If you speak Spanish, why have you not been able to interpret the rest of the phrase? The rest of the phrase is, he says, he's the only guy sitting here tonight telling me what the phrase is. You guys are calling up and saying dog, 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 dog. Anybody else speak Spanish around here, give me a call.
Phil, I think what's happening, I don't know if you get these crank phone calls.
Yeah, we do. We get crank calls, and it's a Friday night. There's a lot of jackballs out there, okay? San Diego on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm calling in regards to that gentleman that was supposed to give you flowers in a card, and
Yes.
that thing he told you to put in the card, that's wrong. Okay, I speak fluent Spanish, and what it is, he just, like, if you give that card to your wife, he's just going to throw it in your face.
Well, what is this?
It's an insult.
An insult? I've told this man that this is a great... What is insult? Me gustaría verte arrodillada aullando como perra.
Okay, what it's mean is like, I would like to see you on your knees hauling like a dog. That's what it's mean.
I beg your...
Phil, he is a liar.
Okay, si tú hablas español...
I don't speak... Wait a minute. What did you just say?
Okay,
I'd like to...
You said you were Spanish, right? From Spain? Or
I am from Argentina, yes. And you are a liar. You are making this man a lifelong friend of mine.
If you speak Spanish, you should have understand what I'm trying to tell you, okay? Porque todo lo que estás diciendo tú está mal.
Your mama.
Okay? You should understand what I just said. Okay, Phil, if you're there, don't put that thing in your card because that's wrong.
Well, what does he say? I would like to see you on your knees doing what?
I would like to see you on your knees howling like a dog.
You are a liar. You are a liar.
Oh, no, I'm not.
You are trying to make this man angry with me.
I'd like to see you on your knees howling like a dog.
Okay.
Are you telling me that? Or?
No, that's what you told me to put in the card?
That's what he told you to put in your card. Okay, I speak fluent Spanish, and this...
What this man is trying to do is he misinterpret the phrase. The phrase technically is, I would like to see you on your knees howling like a dog, but that is a loving phrase.
No, it's not.
It is a phrase of love.
Okay, don't put in that, Phil. If you're going to put something good in your...
How could that be a loving phrase?
That means I am on my knees to you.
And what I thought you said it means that you are the keeper of my heart and the possessor of my soul. What do you mean I want to see you on your knees howling like a dog?
Are you going to believe him? How long have you known me?
I've known you 10 years, okay?
All right, then you are going to believe some guy who calls in, or you believe me?
Okay,
do you speak Spanish, Phil?
No, I don't speak Spanish.
Then I'm not talking to you, am I? I'm talking to my friend Phil Hendrie.
Okay, Mr.
I'm not
Hendrie?
talking to you.
Mr. Hendrie?
Yes, sir.
Don't put that in your card.
No, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him, Phil. Put it in your card.
Okay, if you
Who
want
am I supposed to believe?
Spanish, she's going to get really mad at you.
They don't want you to put this in your card because they don't want you to know this colloquial phrase, which is a loving phrase and one which means great respect.
The only thing I
How is it that in Spanish you say, I want to see you on your knees howling like a dog? How is that respectful?
That is not what that is.
Oh, yes, it is.
No, it is not.
Well,
you lie.
I think
you know, I am tired of people surrounding me, the liars who surround me.
No, it's not.
It is a passionate phrase which reflects, and you're lying. And for my friend to... What?
Lo que pasa es que tú estás loco, vato.
You think I'm a crazy man? You are the craziest son of a bitch that I've ever met in my life.
Okay. Thank you for your call. What is going on, Rudy?
What?
What's going on here? I got guys calling in saying that if I put that in a card, I'm calling my wife a dog.
They are liars. All of them are liars. And they do not understand the love. They do not understand the language of love. Believe me. I will not lie to you.
All right. Phil Hendrie here. 1-800-449-8686.
Buonasera. Vi ringraziamo per aver scelto di volare con Phil Hendrie Air.
Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686, 1-800-449-8686. Rudy Canosa, he's with Canosa's Floral Creations on Melrose, is on the phone with me. I'm ordering up flowers for my wife. We got stuck on the card here, Rudy. This Spanish phrase that you're giving me and the people who are calling in, and there's disagreement. You see what I'm saying?
I have to know, this very colloquial phrase in Spanish. It means that it is the sensibility of this. It's not not the strict interpretation or translation. This is a general sense of, my love, you are the keeper of my heart, the possessor of my soul. Me gustaría verte arrodillada, aullando como perra.
Now there's the word right there. Perra is bitch?
That is a female dog, perra. But this is as a dog is to howl at the moon, meaning there is yearning in the heart for the lost love. So when you use a female dog howling at the moon, it is as if a lost love. And the people who are calling your program tonight do not understand that colloquial phrase, which is me gustaría verte arrodillada, aullando como perra, which is I am loving you, you are the possessor of my soul. And I think you have a lot of young men who are calling your program tonight who don't understand the nature of love and passion. You have women who do understand. You notice all of the people calling are men. They don't understand. I am a Latin. I know how to treat a woman. And the best way is the passionate way.
Well, you were recommending a minute ago that I put on a card, you're like a wild animal I can't quite get my saddle on.
That's right. That's right. That is a very passionate, very sexual, very sensual phrase to use. And there's nothing wrong with that. In my country, when we meet a woman and we wish to bring out of her the passion, we will say something like, me gustaría verte arrodillada, aullando como perra. So I'm sticking my tongue out.
Okay, so what's with sticking the tongue out?
That is a...
kind of carnal?
It's very sexual, yes. La 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 la. Me gustaría verte arrodillada, aullando como perra. You see what I mean? Women understand and respond to this.
Good God, Rudy, man, I don't know anything about your country, okay? It sounds pretty wacky.
It is what women understand.
Santa Rosa on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hey, I'm gonna have to side with Rudy. I think you need to trust your Latin friend.
Okay. Thank you.
Obviously, he's a romantic, and...
Thank you. Well, that's what I thought. I mean, I don't know, because we have so many people calling in who speak Spanish, some people who don't, and most of the people who've been calling in don't speak Spanish. They speak partial Spanish, right?
Yeah, they don't understand a colloquial phrase. That is a colloquial phrase. When you say, you can go up to any woman in Mexico, for instance, go up to any woman in the Latin Quarter and say, me gustaría verte arrodillada, aullando como perra, and they will love you for it, believe me.
So if I put that on a card...
and you give it to your wife...
and I give it to my wife, she's going to love it.
She is absolutely going to love it, absolutely.
All right, that's what we're going to do, and I want a dozen of those Stargazer lilies, okay?
Right.
And I want, let's see, what else do I want? A dozen of the Stargazer lilies, and, and send it off to the house. You got the address.
I thought... be happy to do it for you, and thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Rudy, for helping me out this evening. I appreciate it. And, we'll be doing some business in the future.
You are more than welcome, Phil.
Thank you. Rudy Canosa there, who has Rudy's Floral Creations down on Melrose. Me gustaría verte arrodillada. Did you spell that? Arrodillada, aullando como perra. My love, you are the keeper of my heart and the possessor of my soul. That's a very, very beautiful phrase and very, very nicely done. 1-800-449-8686, 1-800-449-8686. It's Phil Hendrie Show. Hi, you're on the air. Hello, Bell Gardens. Bell Gardens.
Yeah, Phil, I listened to your program this evening. I think that man that you had on, that got you saying some nasty thing there. I don't think that...
Do you speak Spanish?
Well, no, I don't, but everybody got...
Well, everybody calling in is wrong. Thanks for your call. Bye-bye. I got all these geniuses calling in. Not one of them speaks a lick of Spanish except for Rudy. 1-800-4... What seems to be the problem? Are these... 1-800-449-8686. Don't forget, tomorrow at noon, we are at the Sit and Sleep Mattress Superstore in Tarzana, 19119 Ventura Boulevard, just south of the 101 between Tampa and Reseda. For only $20, you get a CD signed by me, and all the proceeds go to a great charity, my friend's place, a resource center for homeless and runaway youth. Here's Chatsworth on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Yeah, Phil, you're blowing it, man. If you
you give her that card because...
How am I do you speak Spanish? You speak Spanish?
Well, no, but you're saying something to her like, you better get on your hands and knees and stick your butt up in the air or something.
How do you know that?
Because one of them words is get on your knees.
Okay, I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, well, you don't speak Spanish and you believe what that man said.
Because he's a longtime friend of mine and a longtime friend of the show. So, yeah, I believe what he said.
Buddy, I don't want to be you, man. You're in big trouble because everybody's been saying it's about being on your knees and been howling like a dog.
Well, unless you speak Spanish, then you can bug off too, okay?
You're a loser.
1-800-449-8686. I don't need a whole bunch of jive asses checking in and belittling a friend of mine, somebody that I have known for a long, long time. All right, now let's get back to having Tommy Lee Jones involved in the... don't you like that idea? I really do. By the way, there's a movie coming out, and I don't know what this is. I might take Maria, after I give her the flowers and after I thank her for the wonderful week, I might take her to see this. It's called Mr. Death, The Rise and Fall of Fred A. Luchter Jr. This is the guy who comes up with ways to kill people in the electric chair. It's apparently a documentary, and he has come up with his career as a creator of superior capital punishment devices, electric chairs, chemical injection timers, whatever it takes to execute condemned prisoners with as little fuss as possible. Over the last 2 decades, in movies like Gates of Heaven and Fast, Cheap, and Out of Control, the director, Errol Morris, has developed the most merciless camera eye of any nonfiction filmmaker. And now he's making a movie about this guy who comes up with ways of putting people away. Chemical injection. Is he the guy that invented that? No, this is chemical injection timers. And new and improved electric chairs. Man, do they need those. I think, you can talk all you want about the advancement of civilization, but until we got an electric chair, man, that is not shorting out. Those cats down in Florida, you know what? It's as plain as the nose in your face. They dig the fact that thing shorts out. Wow, take it back in the shop. Did you ever have a really crappy appliance that your mother or father said, oh, get it fixed, it's fine, when it should have been bulldozed, you should have taken and dropped it out of a 15-story window? If you ever have like a toaster that could any given moment kill you, but your parents just kept taking it back into the shop where the guy fixes toasters, do you get a toaster fixed or do you throw it away and buy a new one? I don't take a freaking toaster in and get it fixed. I throw it away and I buy a new one. In the garbage it goes. And I go down there and I buy a brand new one. I ain't waiting around to get the damn thing fixed. Same thing with old Spark down there in Florida, man. Throw it away and buy a new one. No, it's fine. Just a couple of gizmos here. We can, that freaking guy's head caught on fire the other day, okay? I realize they're killers and I realize they're nasty and I know that you want them to suffer. Yada, 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 yada. Just kill them and get a new chair. Can they make an electric chair that looks like a Strata Lounger or something? Seriously, like you put your feet up? Do they have an electric chair that looks like a chaise lounge? What they have is the electric chair. What they need is an electric lounge. Rudy, are you okay?
Phil, I listened to you defending me. I want to say I love you and I thank you for that.
Yeah, well, we're past it, man. Don't worry about it, okay? These people are being a little nasty tonight.
Well, thank you very much.
Let's go to Tampa on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Hi.
I'm calling from Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, Florida?
I'm not going to say much.
Yes, dear?
I'm not going to say much. I'm going to say I speak Spanish. I am Spanish.
Hold on, Rudy. Do you hear this?
I was born in Tampa.
Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. Rudy, do you hear this lady?
What?
She apparently is going to reference your Spanish.
Oh, come on, will you?
Don't come on, man. Don't make an ass out of yourself.
I'm making ass of you. You are making an ass of yourself.
No, I'm not. I speak Spanish.
Me gustaría verte arrodillada oyando como perra. That means I love you. I love you deeply.
That's dirty.
Dirty?
And he's calling your wife a bitch.
You're a liar.
No, I'm not a liar. I'm 77 years old.
Are you Latin, ma'am?
I speak Spanish.
Are you Latin?
I write Spanish.
Are you Latin?
I am Spanish.
You are Spanish?
That's right.
Where are you from, dear?
Not Latin, Spanish.
Where are you from originally, dear?
I'm from Tampa.
Okay.
My father came from Spain.
Okay, dear.
My mother came from Spain, and he's making an ass out of you.
Wait a minute. If you are a true Spanish woman, you will know what this means. Listen to me.
That's nasty. That's what that is.
It is love.
And we don't
Everything
make love like that.
No, you know what everything
No,
is.
we don't. We don't respect. We respect our women.
Of course we do. Of
we
course we
respect our women.
Of course we
and
do.
you don't have to act like a dog
I'm not acting
to
like a
have
dog.
sex.
I'm simply
now, if
saying
you want to
you,
make an ass out of yourself, write that to your wife.
No, I said me
If
gustaría.
this is part of the show,
Verte
well, Italy don't talk like that. Friends don't talk like that.
Well, but dear, what is the phrase? What is he saying?
He's saying, you are acting, I want you to act like a dog to make it sound like animal sex. And if that's what you want, animal sex.
That is I never said that. That is horrible for you to say that.
Oh, kiss my ass, will
Animal
you?
sex,
You're trying to make an ass out of this man.
No, you know.
And he's falling for it.
Are you telling me that if I gave that...
he's falling for it.
If I gave that
dog
card...
means perra, and perra is not a positive dog. Perra is a bitch dog.
What about
right.
it? Okay, Rudy, what about it?
She's lying to you, Phil.
No,
wait a
I'm
second.
not lying.
She's not the only one that's been saying this. I've had other people call in and tell me the same thing. Just a few minutes ago, I let you go by saying thank you very much, Rudy. The rest of these people don't know what they're saying. Now this lady's talking about it.
I'm 77 years old. I'm
to me,
still
Phil.
working.
You have
I
to
have all my
understand.
marbles. I can
Phil.
speak to you in Spanish
Phil.
if you want me.
Listen to me,
Perra
Phil.
means dog, and it doesn't mean a nice little dog.
See what I'm talking about, Rudy?
It means a bitch.
This lady says that perra means bitch.
She's a liar. She's one of these people
I'm
that work.
not a liar.
You are trying
I have
to make me
never
look like
lied
a fool.
in my life.
You are trying to make me look like a fool.
I've never lied in my life. I used to be a missionary.
A what?
In San Antonio, El Paso, Texas.
Were you in the Alamo?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Really? Were you at the Alamo?
Yes, I went to visit the Alamo.
No, were you working at the Alamo?
No, the Alamo is not even open.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean, was she working at the Alamo?
People.
You work with the Mexican people?
Uh-huh. And
then you should know
the
better
way
than
I feel
to lie.
about it, you pulling this guy's leg.
You should.
And your
Are you
friend
pulling my
is
leg,
pulling
Rudy?
his leg.
No, Phil, I swear to God. I swear to God.
That's way, man. You don't even know. To talk like that and think that love is like that, it's not even in the Latin language.
Sometimes it's like that, not all the time.
Not even in the Latin
Well, you
language.
know,
We don't make love like that.
Sometimes we
Only
do.
animals do.
Well, sometimes
and
we get...
evidently you an animal.
Well, sometimes we get on our hands and knees. Not all the time, but sometimes.
No, maybe you do. Maybe you have that need.
Now, wait a minute. You've never been on your hands and knees?
Never.
Come on, tell Rudy.
I don't need to be on my hands and knees.
For a man?
And I'm not going to continue this silly conversation.
Even if I said to you,
Rudy, or Henry or Philip or whatever your name is.
My name is Phil, yeah.
Pulling your leg.
Thank you, ma'am, for calling in.
Pulling your leg.
Phil, don't do it. She's lying to you. She's making you look
No,
like a fool.
I am not lying. I don't lie.
You were trying to make me look like a fool, Rudy. You, I thought, was my friend, making me look like a fool in front of my wife.
Please, Phil, don't believe her. She is the devil. She lies to you like the devil.
Send it to your wife.
I'm not going to send a card to my
Your wife is
wife.
going to know that it's not correct, or she'll like somebody
I'm not
that
sending
speaks
this.
Spanish.
That's right. I'm not sending this card to my
I've
wife.
been speaking Spanish
She's going to think
all my life.
that she's a
I
dog. You're gonna. My wife is going to think she's a dog.
This woman is like the devil. She fills your head with lies.
Yeah,
she makes you
look
want to
who's
turn your
talking.
head. You are.
You know a lot about the devil, don't you? That's
I
the
bet
reason
you
you
are-
can explain him.
I bet you are in
Because I
concert
can't
with the devil.
explain the devil.
You are like
because
a
I don't
devil.
have it in me.
I am a shaman. I live in the desert. I keep the devil away.
Yeah,
the
you
evil
act
spirit.
like an animal, right?
I am not an animal. I am
You
a
belong
priest.
in the desert. If you're going to make love like a dog, you belong in the desert.
Make love like a dog. Why, I will tell you right now. Do you know that my girlfriend, my last wife's name? You know what her
I'm
name
not
was?
going to listen to
It was
this
Rex.
devil.
I make the
talk.
most passionate love to a woman.
Yeah.
When I go blah blah, she loves it.
Yes.
Yeah, but you're talking about calling a woman a bitch. That's the wrong thing to
Talking
do.
about going with women that are animals too. So
Come on,
Phil,
you know what
he's
it means.
pulling
When I
your
say to
leg.
you,
Don't make an ass out of yourself. Good night. May God bless you.
Blah blah.
What are you doing?
I was trying to turn her toward my side.
Get out of here. Blah, blah. trying to turn her toward his side. 1-800-449-8686, The Phil Hendrie Show. Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800. Well, why give the number? We only got about 40 seconds left. Santa Ana, hi, you're on The Phil Hendrie Show.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
About that Rudy guy? Keep calling your wife a bitch?
No, I'm not.
You want her to get on her knees?
No, I have not.
Bark like a dog?
No, I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not say that. I'm trying to give him a phrase that a woman would love.
I don't believe that's a phrase that a woman will love.
Me gustaría
verte. Calling her a female dog.
But what if I said...
I don't think most women appreciate being called a woman dog.
What if I said la 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 la?
Well, la 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 la, is that okay?
Do you like that? Hello? Do you like la 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 la?
La 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 la.
Yeah, see? You like it, don't you? Come on. Come on, say it. La 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 la. She doesn't want to play with me, Phil.
Why don't you play with yourself?
Oh, it's a good idea. La 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 la.
Hold on, I'll be back for you, it won't be long. But for now, there's something else that's calling me. So take me down a lonesome road.
I love this song.
Pour me east to let me go.
La 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 la.
That suitcase weighs me down with memories. I just wanna be the one you run to. I just wanna be the one you come to. I just wanna be there when the sun falls, when the night comes. Let's put all the tales behind us, and we'll never find us. I just wanna be there beside you when the night comes. When the night comes.
La 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 la.
Two spirits in the night. You can leave before the morning light. When there's nothing left to lose, there's nothing left to fear. So meet me on the edge of time. Don't keep me waiting, I'll be right. Then you and I, we'll just roll right out